Garma is the classmate of Major La Portesa, there is a real connection here. And so, napakahirap mga paniwalaan ang kasinungalingan na nangyayari dito. Mr. Chair, yun lamang. And I would like to thank the Rise Up and Reverend here, and of course, Attorney Conti. Kanina si Attorney Chel Joknower was here, no? Salamat po sa pagpunta ninyo, and your presence here is quite important to us. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. Yeah, we asked the Attorney Conti of the National Union of People's Lawyer, and Rise Up for Life and for Rights. We asked Mr. Manuel Mugato. And now we'd like to ask Attorney Joel Butuyan, a member of the Center for International Law, or Center Law, for his statement. Please give us your short statement, Attorney Butuyan.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we commend this committee for the investigation that it is doing, because the evidence that is being unearthed from this investigation is very crucial, it's pivotal, and it's key to the ongoing ICC investigation, Your Honor. I have no doubt, Your Honor, that if the evidence that's being unearthed in this investigation reaches the ICC, it will hasten the issuance of warrants of arrest, Your Honor. That's why I'm asking, Your Honor, if it's possible for even just the resource persons to have access to the minutes of the proceedings, as well as the sworn statements that have been submitted as part of the investigation, Your Honor, if that's possible, Your Honor.
Attorney Butuyan, the committee has been asked several times whether the transcript, the TSN, can be used or can be accessed by anyone for the use of ICC. We are not in any way going to provide data or transcript of records to the ICC, because we stand by the statement of our President that we are not member of the ICC. However, since this public hearing have been openly accessed by the public in all social media platforms, you can probably access that through the different platforms available.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. By the way, Attorney Butuyan is a former law partner of Attorney Harry Roque, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Is it former, Mr. Chair, or still present? Not anymore, huh?
We parted ways in 2017, Your Honor.
Because Attorney Roque is no longer a human rights lawyer.
Yes, Your Honor.
He is now a political lawyer.
We parted ways in 2017, Your Honor.
They parted ways in 2017, according to Attorney Butuyan. Thank you, Attorney.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Attorney Conti.
Yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, but if I may be allowed, thank you very much for this opportunity again, and you may rely on our continued participation in these proceedings. But we'd also like to invoke the memory of several of the victims. In Cebu, Your Honor, one of the volunteers of Rise Up for Life and for Rights was actually
Mr. Chair,
killed.
may I request Attorney Conti to perhaps mention the names of
Yes,
those?
Your Honor. A volunteer of Rise Up for Life and for Rights was killed in Cebu City under curious circumstances. There is no investigation into the case. Butch Rosales was killed August 10th, 2018. This was during the time of one of our resource persons here. And I'd also like to recall the two young men who were killed during the one-time big-time operations in October 2018. Rabi Lopez and Angelito Rosales. Their mothers were here on July
Mr. Chair, it happened
25th.
in Cebu City.
In Cebu City, Your Honor,
Who was
October
the station
4,
who was the
2018.
station commander then? Who was this chief of police in Cebu City then?
The chief of police, actually, Your Honor, was the resource person, Ninakaw, and I would like to reiterate or to echo the statement of the mother of Rabi Lopez.
Go ahead,
because
please.
among us, Your Honor, there was one person here who was present during the wake of Rabi Lopez. The mother of Rabi, Raquel, says that at the wake, Ninakaw, who was chief of police of Cebu City, and her police officers came to their place. She was enraged and she hollered out and strutted around, and she was angry at them for holding a wake on the death of her son. And ngano daw gibilaran akong anak. And she was telling them that why is there only one dead? There are many of them here. This was in the context
Mr.
of
Chair, who was enraged?
Ninakaw, Your Honor, according to Raquel Lopez. The sworn statement of Ms. Lopez has been submitted to the committee, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Chair,
Mr. Chair,
can we,
may I ask Colonel Garma? May I ask, do you remember that incident, Colonel Garma? Again, you will deny it.
Mr. Chair, I
My
cannot
goodness,
recall
that is
the
already a
details.
testimony. You're going to deny it? You're impossible. Go ahead.
I'm just going to ask, Madam, can you kindly invite that person to appear on the next hearing?
We will try, Your Honor, to fly them in again, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
please. Okay, thank you. And at the same time, I'll take this opportunity, Mr. Chair, to invite also Major Mary Jane O. Hastro. GM, you know this personality? Major Mary Jane O. Hastro of PNP.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
You know her?
Yes.
We will be inviting over Major Mary Jane O. Hastro. And you know also Attorney Carol K. Paquera.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
She's your Chief of Staff.
Yes, Mr.
And
Chair.
cousin of Narsolis.
Yes, Mr.
We'll
Chair.
be inviting over also the COS of the former GM Garma on the next hearing. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Congressman
are
Fernandez.
there other victims in Cebu City that you would like to mention, Attorney Conti?
Those are the victims from Cebu, but we have a motley of other victims, Your Honor. We will endeavor to invite them at the next hearing, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Chair, although we are, you could be able to invite them in the next hearing that we have here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Conti. Thank you, Congressman Bante. We also invited the Chair of the Commission on Human Rights, Attorney Richard Palpalatok. You're still up. Would you like to
Yes, Your Honor.
make a statement?
We'll just communicate with the committee, Your Honor, because we raised during the last hearing of the Committee on Human Rights on EJK, Your Honor, we raised some issues concerning our investigations, the problem we encountered during the investigation conducted by the Commission with the Philippine National Police, particularly on the sharing of the reports of deaths during the operations of the police, Your Honor. So perhaps we will be seeking the help and support of the committee, Your Honor, in that regard. We will just be sending our letter.
Please send your
Mr.
letter
Chair,
to the committee.
may I just ask, how many have you investigated so far?
The commission, Your Honor, have recorded 3,700 deaths. These are motu proprio investigation, Your Honor, conducted by the commission. And this is composed of deaths in deaths in police operations, and some are deaths unidentified assailants, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, can the commission give to us the list of those investigated, including when they were killed, who were the station commanders then, or the chief of police?
We will do that, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Congressman Abante. Are you done, Attorney?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Maraming salamat. So for the NGOs, may we ask you to submit the supplemental statement to the joint committee in addition to your statements made in the Committee on Human Rights hearing. I'm sure you have a transcript of that. And we'd like to ask also Father Manuel Gatchalian if you have anything to say, Father.
Unang-una po, kagustuhan po ng mga nanay na pinangangatawanan po namin, yung mga biktima, na sana po ay panagutin at bayaran ang mga biktima sapagkat from the point of view of the victims, hanggang ngayon 8 taon na nakalilipas, wala naman po silang natatanggap at
Pakilapit po, para marinig po namin.
dahil lang po sa nawalan sila ng breadwinner, nawalan sila ng mga minamahal sa buhay, at sila ay mahihirap. At sana po sa pagdating ng panahon, kung sakaling mapatunayan na state sponsor dito, at para hindi matuloy ang impunity, ibig sabihin na patuloy ang patayan, ay kinakailangan panagutin at bayaran po nila ang mga biktima. Kung sakali magkaroon man po ng batas o sakali mapatunayan na ito ay state-sponsored at saka may mga talagang quota system, rewarding, sana po naman mabigyan natin ng pagpapahalaga, mabayaran ang mga biktima sapagkat hanggang ngayon po sila po ay nagdurusa at may karapatan po naman sila na matamo nila ang katarungan. Salamat po.
Okay, maraming salamat po,
Mr. Chair,
Father Gatchalian.
with the manifestation of Father, a while ago, GM Karma said that during her time, that she is giving a budget to the Philippine National Police. Am I right?
Wala po akong sinabi, Mr. Chair.
Kanina meron kang sinabi na
Wala po.
binibigyan nyo ng budget ng Philippine National Police for the operations.
Wala po, Mr. Chair.
Wala kayong sinabi?
Wala
Let's
po.
look at the records, Mr. Chair, because I think that she said something that way.
Okay. Secretariat, can you check the records, the transcript? If indeed that statement was made by GM Garma.
Mr. Chair,
So,
Mr. Chair, in relation to that, I think I heard, Mr. Chair, if I may be allowed, I think I heard Colonel Garma saying about the support that you give to.
That is the allocated for the, it's a charity fund allocated
PNP,
sa sales
no?
of STL and sa Pcso.
Parang ganun po, yung
po.
STL, something about the STL.
so the fund that you provide the PNP is a charity fund,
Yes, it is in the...
and that is in the charter of the PCSO.
PCSO.
Yes, it is covered, Mr. Chair.
So, how
board
much do
approved.
you give to the PNP every year?
During my time, kasi dati I think it's medyo malaki before I assumed. And then when I assumed po and we changed the IRR, very minimal na lang po siya. I'm not sure kung 1% or 3% na lang siya compared nung previous. And it is focused on medical programs of the PNP and NBI na lang po
So
yun.
para sa medical needs ng mga members ng Philippine National Police.
Mr. Chair.
Sige, okay.
But
we
Mr.
get it.
Chairman, we're going to ask also 1 or 2% of the gross of the whole collection of all the games.
Of the
If that is so, 2% is so big.
Mr. Chair, it's not all the games. It's just STL,
STL.
game. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
Mr.
Rap,
Chair.
anong average niyan? Do you give it
Minsan-
monthly, annually?
Monthly, Mr. Chair, minsan naalala ko, there was a month that we gave around, I think, mga 9 million or 7 million. It
And-
depends on the sale.
And the Chief PNP has the sole authority over these funds? What does
The check was addressed to the Philippine National Police, duly received by I think there's an accountant and a
So it
budget
goes to the
officer.
general fund of the Philippine
Yes.
National Police?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Meron pong resibo po from the PNP na binibigay
Okay.
po sa Pcso.
Okay. Sige, thank you. So, ito ay mainit na usapin, no? Yung involvement ng mga membro ng Philippine National Police sa almost lahat po ng krimen na nangyayari. Hindi po natin nilalahat, pero may ilang porsyento po na kawani ng ating Philippine National Police ay nai-involve sa drug recycling. Alam po natin yan. In the case of Sergeant Mayo, 1 toneladang droga ang kanyang itinago mula po sa mga ni-raid nila. May mga police na involved sa extrajudicial killings na kung saan ang kanilang depensa ay nanlaban, ngunit napatunayan at sila'y na-convict. Ito yung kay Kian de los Santos. Meron din tayong mga kawani ng Philippine National Police na na-involve sa robbery, kidnap for ransom, and practically all other crimes existing. And I would like to ask the NAPOLCOM, Attorney Bernardo, how many members of the PNP are being charged for crimes that they have committed?
Your Honor, marami pong salamat, Ginoong Chairman. Sa consultation ko, sir, dito sa legal, umaabot po ng mga 2% lamang ng population o 3% ng PNP ang na-involve dito sa mga ganitong kaso, Your Honor.
So, and anong klaseng mga krimen po ito?
Ganun po, gaya po ng nabanggit nyo. Ako nga po nag-imbestiga doon sa Mayo case na hanggang ngayon ay dinudulog namin sa DOJ at yung iba naman nasa Ombudsman. At yung iba naman po na-involve nga yung kasama po ako sa hearing dito yung sa Parañaque at sa Bulacan. At 2 beses na po yung nangyari sa Bulacan. Ganun po yung bilang. Hindi naman po marae sa PNP. Kawawa nga po yung PNP dahil sa iilan na tiwali at masasamang loob, nasisira yung imahe ng PNP as an institution. Kaya inaapura po namin yung reforma at yung pagtatawag ng disciplinary measure. Pinapalakas po namin yung pleb at pinapalakas namin yung internal affairs. At siguro sa mga darating na buwan, maiulat po namin yung pagbabago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the reform policy you are now implementing?
Opo, Your Honor. Yung lahat po na ite-train dito sa training pa lang, sa entry, kailangan nakalagay sa PNP operational procedure. At kinakailangan yun din ang lumalabas sa performance. Gaya ng sabi ng isang resource person kanina at sabi rin ng ibang kongresista, hindi lang po sa training na makikita yan, dapat pati sa performance evaluation. Nabanggit po nila yan at yung mga unang meeting po namin kay Congressman Dagook, nabanggit na rin po namin na hindi piecemeal, kailangan nakakumpletong, nakaloop po sila all the way. Kaya siguro mga ilang buwan na lang po at mapagtitibay na namin yung reforma.
Okay, ang statistics, kung sinasabi niyong 2 to 3% lamang ng membro ng Philippine National Police ang nai-involve sa mga ganitong klaseng krimen, napakagandang balita yon, no? Ang ibig pong sabihin nun sa ating mga Pilipino, meron pa ring maliliit na porsyento na ika nga ay rotten eggs o ika nga mga bulok na kawani ng Philippine National Police. But as far as the officers, meaning from major to colonel, lieutenant colonel, then to colonels, generals, meron po ba tayong statistics kung ilan ho yung nai-involve sa mga ganyang klaseng krimen?
Meron pa rin po, Ginoong Chairman, at yung nauna po, yung tinanggapan na ng courtesy resignation at yung nananatili pa po nakapending sa National Prosecution Service. At marami rin pong hanay ng kapulisan doon at nakakalungkot nga doon sa PIDEG, yun po ang kasulukuyan namin gustong maging example. Kung talagang, gaya ng sabi ni DJ Moro, pag talagang may atraso ka at meron kang utang, may pagbabayaran ka. Kaya kung matitiyak po namin na talagang magiging masinsin yung proseso, mapagtitibay yung internal affairs, mapagtitibay din po yung appellate board, baka po mahihigpitan. Pati yung sa promotion, hihigpitan